Hey y'all, welcome back to the Melanated Opinion. It's your girl Melissa.
I'm Takara.
I'm Crystal.
And I'm Shanita. And today we got a great topic for you guys. We're talking about girl code. Everybody have the girlfriends, do's and don'ts. So ladies, what are some of the things you consider a girl code that you put up with or you may not put up with when you're in your friend group?
Okay, I guess I can go first. So I guess one of my big ones would be don't date my ex. I just can't. I can't do that one. Like they'll get you just cut off. And I also wanted to ask you guys, have y'all ever experienced, say you're in a very serious relationship and you have a friend and she's not in a relationship, but she likes hanging around a lot of single people and bringing, that single energy around you, knowing it's gonna get you in trouble. Have y'all ever had experiences like that?
Yes. For me, I think sometimes I was a single friend. Now I wouldn't get you in trouble, but I may do want to go hang out and stuff. So I had to take that in consideration. But I think to me, it's more so the girls that hang out with a whole bunch of guys. And then, so my boyfriend with her hanging out, that's kind of I don't know about that. Like, there's no other females gonna be with you. So.
I think that I don't think I've ever experienced that where I've had like a friend put me in a position that I shouldn't have been in. But there are like other girl codes as far as like you said, don't talk to my man, past or present, not ever. I don't know what else, Crystal. Do you have one?
Not about that, but I do have a question. So what if it was someone that you dated back in college, or let's say 15 years ago, y'all went on like 2 dates? Is it okay for your friend to date that person?
It depends. Like, I still wouldn't want you to, but I mean, if you came to me woman to woman and say, hey, I understand, there may be disrespectful or rude to you or slap in your face or whatever, but I mean, I really feel like he could be my person. Would you mind? I may be still mad, but I can respect you and I get over it quicker by you coming to me or both of y'all coming to me and just let me know what's up instead of, because I'm gonna find out anyway. So.
Yeah, and to me, I'm like, if it was like 15 years ago or more, and it was on like 2 dates and we never were in a relationship, it was never anything serious, I personally don't have a problem with it. But I know some people are kind of like, if we exchange numbers, the answer is no. But I'm like, what if they're a better fit? Like, me and this person connected for a reason and it didn't last for a reason, but someone who I'm cool with is kind of like in the same mindset as me. What if they are a better match because we're all kind of in the same mindset? It just didn't work out for me. Why would I stand in the way of that when I never had any real feelings for that person? That's how I see it.
Maybe I'm kind of petty, but I think it depends on how it went. Like, if I stopped talking to them, then maybe you could talk to them. But if they ghosted me or something like that, no.
If they ghosted you, it's a no?
Yeah,
because she still had feelings. So it's like, and then 9 times out of 10, if we cool, I done told you about it.
Right.
That's the thing. Yeah. But guys, this is like 15 years ago now.
Yeah, I think that would only apply if it was, more recent. 15 years ago and in college.
Yes.
And it depends.
I have a question on. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna tell you. So don't do it unless you know it's going somewhere. Because if y'all break up, then I'm gonna be mad because now you want to tell me about what happened and I already told you. No, because that actually happened to me before, where a girl, like I was, telling her about what this guy was doing to me or whatever. She was all there for me, like giving me advice and stuff like that. Come to find out, she was sleeping with him, and she got together. And then when he started doing the same thing that he did to me, she want to call me and get advice. No. So yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I have a story too. True story. So my best friend in high school, she liked this guy like the whole time we were in high school. And they never talked, they never dated. She just had a crush on him. And probably like, I would say probably after I graduated and came back home, he started like trying to talk to me. And I was like, wait, what? I would never. Like I don't even know if he knows that she liked him as much as she did, because like I said, nothing ever happened. But even still, like I would never touch him, you know, because I know how she felt about him at one time.
Did you think he was attractive?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Really? And you just like, no. And they never, it was just a crush.
It was literally just a crush, like all 4 years of high school.
But I feel like that would depend, right? Because
on what?
If he was literally not looking at her at all, how would that appear to you? You could be missing out on your soulmate.
But if it's your soulmate, y'all still somehow get together.
But that's her best friend, the way she's saying it.
Yeah, in high school, she was my best friend, and she and I are still very good friends today.
I think because it was 4 years, for me, it make a difference. If it was 6 months, yeah, I'm throwing it out the window. A year, maybe, but 4 years, to me, that holds a lot more weight, even though they never talk.
A crush?
Yes, 4 years.
Oh.
I mean, she talked about him all the time. I don't want to give too many details because, you know, if I say too much, if somebody who knows us is watching, they will get it. But like we literally did things so that we could be in a certain position to see this person at certain times of the day, you know? So I just, no, thank you.
Listen, I used to like how you're describing your best friend. That's how I used to be when I was in high school. And if he ended up liking my friend, of course I'll be a little upset. But if he don't like me at all, why am I blocking her blessings? I can't do that. I gotta let her have it.
That's just a girl code, though. I mean, and then you won't hear about them.
Right. I would feel a little salty if I was her and I had done that.
I feel like you're gonna have to. I don't know. I feel like they would have to get over that.
Yeah,
because I feel like that's wrong.
So I have a girl code that I think everybody will probably agree with. So I'm not a big social media person, but if my boyfriend was on Instagram and my friends start following him, I'll be okay with the follow because I need her to investigate and see, you know, if I'm missing something, somebody stalking him, there's somebody in the background that I didn't catch. I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with her liking pictures of him, like with his shirt off, or, you know, something that would be kind of sexy, or him being extra cute. That she cannot like. She can follow, but she just can't like. What do y'all think?
She can't like, he can't like. I don't care if it's a picture of the dog on the page. Nobody better like anything.
What about follow? Are you okay with follow?
Yeah, because I mean, I follow people, but I don't like it. Now, the only time I do like something is when it's like a family picture or a picture of both of them. But yeah, I won't like anything.
Okay.
But to me, being the girlfriend, I think it would be a couple of rules. Like, why are you posting that for everybody to see? Unless you're a personal trainer, like, why would you be posting pictures like that anyway?
What if he's at the beach? He can't post a picture of him at the beach or at the pool?
We better be at the beach together.
We went to get some water.
We gonna be in the ocean.
You won't be thirsty.
Right.
Okay. What you think, Melissa? You ain't laughing as hard.
Because I used to be like that.
Okay.
But I've calmed down over the years. You know, I've calmed down a little bit. But I would say I would let them like each other's pictures if they, you know, if it's, you know, a normal thing. But as far as commenting, I don't know about that.
So what if she has on like some booty shorts or like a bikini? But you just said they can like each other's picture.
Not that one though. Not that one. It can't be the other way. No.
No, see, I don't think he should be able to follow her. He can't follow the friend. Only the friend can follow him.
But if you're on Facebook, both of y'all see each other.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't think
know.
that's how it works.
Instagram.
What you say, Melissa?
I was telling my mother, I don't think that's how that works.
Why not? But they know, like, these are the rules. If y'all are gonna follow each other, these are the rules, or you can't follow each other.
So you telling me you would sit there and say that to your friend?
I tell my friend
or your significant other.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't want you to follow her. I don't like it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want no rules. I don't want none of that. Just don't even interact.
That's way to make it easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
You could be friends with my mama, and then I'll check your page through my mama's page or something. I don't know. But
I don't think we ever talked about it. I think it was just always understood. Like, you don't.
It's a boundary.
Come in or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even hardly ever wish them happy birthday. It's just.
It depends on how close.
And I think it depends on the friend too. Like, I think we would know what friend that it would be okay with, and what friend would like have to put like an extra eye on. So I think it's gonna depend on the person.
They shouldn't be in your friend group if you got to put your eye on somebody.
That's true.
Yeah,
so shit.
Very
but
true.
There are people that you follow on Instagram that you're not cool with, but you know, they may end up following somebody that you follow or know that you have a boyfriend and may just try to follow. So I feel like there are people who may just try stuff. Yeah. So
one of my girl codes is if I'm telling you that it's something I have to do, whether it's for work, just hanging out, and you telling somebody else, and that person come ask you a question like, oh, did Shanita say y'all was going here, or how was this trip? If you know we ain't did it, you better go ahead and say, oh, it was good or whatever, because obviously I already didn't use you for my out. So if we didn't gave an excuse and somebody questioning you, you go with that, and you text me or something before you respond. Like, don't just, I don't know what she's talking about. So that's one of mine.
Okay, so but that's for like, you know, for whoever it is, whether it's work, a boyfriend, or family. Like,
if they questioning you and you know I ain't got around to telling you, hey, if so and so call you, this is what you need to say, then it's just understood. You got to cover.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to tell me ahead of time, because it may go over my head. I'm like, really? Wait, without me?
Now, come on.
No, I may catch it. Like, I feel like if I know your personality and I know the person is coming up to intentionally be messy, I would catch it and probably add an extra story in it too, if I know the person. But you know, we'll see. I have another girl code, and I think it's just a girl code for me, and it's not really just a girl code, but it's a friend code. If I text somebody and they never respond back, that's like problematic for me. And if I do it a second time and you never respond, like, we got real problems. Like, I'm like cutting most of the ties. Like, I leave a little room in case there was an emergency or something. But I feel like if I'm texting you, I need you to be at some point, hey, I'm sorry I can't respond, or I'm sorry I missed your text or missed your call. If I don't get that, then I'm gonna give you a lot less energy than what we started with. And then I feel like, yeah, like for me, that's just a personal rule. That's just a personal code of mine. Like, if you're not giving me the same energy, then I'm not gonna give it to you. I don't understand what the face is for, Melissa.
Because this is me listening to that. Like, for one, people go through things. They're not gonna always be able to, hey, I'm probably not going to be texting, going through something. Like, you know, they're not about to do that.
Like, what's the time frame? Meaning, like, if they don't text you back, like, within a day, or they just never respond at all?
So if they don't text me back within, like, let's say, I'm going to give them a day. After that day is up, I'm not going to cut them off then. I'm going to wait until I hear from them again. And I'm going to ask a question that's going to let me know whether or not you did it on purpose. I'm going to say, hey, did you see that text message? I don't care if I say, how are you doing? I'm like, did
You're firing shots, Crystal, because
I know.
I feel like you didn't text me, and then the next
I
day maybe I didn't talk to you, and the next day you'd be like, "Oh, I just sent you a text. I didn't want nothing. What you had going on?"
Yes, it was a setup. I'm setting all y'all up because all y'all. I just wanted to get y'all together at one time. Tell you the group.
I'm like that too. Yes. Okay, let me tell you, because that actually happened to me today, but I actually caught it. Especially if you text me during the day and I'm at work. I can be in the middle of responding. So I've opened it and could actually have a message typed out. But somebody come up to me or somebody do something and I forget. And I have a bad habit of closing my phone because I don't need people trying to see what I'm doing. And so if I close it and go back to it and something else pops up, I might forget. So I did catch a person today. I was like, man, I forgot, to send this message, but I do that a lot. And then I say, okay, well, I'm gonna do it when I get home, but I get to doing something and I forget. So
no, I mean, I get it. I feel like with y'all, if I was to say something to y'all be like, "Oh, my bad," it was unintentional. Like, and so I know that y'all didn't do it on purpose. But there have been people when I brought it up to them, they be like, they get a face like, "Why are you questioning me? Like, who are you to be like, I didn't respond back to your text message?" And that's perfectly fine if they did it on purpose. That just let me know that don't be answering every time you call, every time they call me. Don't be responding as quick as I used to. Because I think for me, I put a lot of energy in like responding back to people because I know I will forget. So I try to do it quickly. And if I don't, it may be like weeks or a month at a time. So once we get to that space, I'm not going to be texting back as quick or as soon as possible. So that's why it's a little bit more sensitive to me because I just put a lot of energy into trying to get back to people in a timely manner.
That's true. And one thing that bothers me is, especially dating in a situation like that, if every time you with me, your phone is in your hand, and when I text you and you don't respond, that's a problem for me because I'm like, okay, you glued to your phone when you're around me, so I know you always have it. So why you didn't? But what I do, if it take you an hour to respond to me, it's gonna take me an hour to respond to you. I could see it right then and there, right? we just gonna go tit for tat.
Yep, I 100% agree. And then it's like once I'm going 2 hours, I'm on to the next mentally. Like I'm not fully there at that point, and it seems like kind of a waste of time. So I'll respond back when I get bored, if I get bored. That's kind of how I see it. Melissa, what about you?
With my current situation with my girlfriend, I'm not doing it. For one, I won't call her. What are we doing? I'm with anyone else, y'all, what y'all are saying is probably right, but in my relationship now, no, we're not doing that.
So what if they don't respond?
I'm either gonna call her or go to her house. It's up to her.
It's
up to her.
Oh, you're not playing no games.
No games.
Right. At all.
No games.
No, I've seen Melissa be like, this person have this many amount of minutes before I grab my keys and just head over there.
He thinks it's funny, but I be
so
upset.
what if you get over there and they like sleep?
And that's what it usually is, but don't do that. You need to say, hey, I'm getting tired. It's communication. Hey, I'm getting tired. So I know not to be upset if you don't respond 2 to 3 hours later. You see how that's 1 + 1.
But have you ever fell asleep? Like you on the phone and they were like, you getting sleepy? You be like, no. And then all of a sudden in the middle of the conversation, you fell asleep.
Yeah, but we're usually on the phone a lot. So I would let her know I'm getting tired. Just let you know, heads up.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to do the same thing to me.
Yep.
I don't think I'm that aggressive, but
yeah. I think those are like some good girl codes. Did anybody have any more girl codes that they?
Sakai, did you say yours?
For me, it's kind of hard to say because I don't want this to sound bad, but I don't have a whole bunch of friend girls like that I share my business with like that. Like I can literally count them on 2 fingers. So I just don't put people like in my business or my space like that.
Yeah.
I think I have one more. My last one will be don't disrespect my relationship or respect my relationship. Like for instance, if they're being a little bit too close to my girlfriend, or they just been a little shady, I would say, you're
So
done.
like if y'all are going out in a group, you mean like physically close, or just
I
how?
can see it. It's everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm
You know
gonna
how
be
they
able
overly
to. You can
friendly?
tell when someone
You mean laughing at the jokes too much?
because it wasn't that
The
funny.
whole touching the shoulder or whatever, you don't do it.
Or not even that, like also, if you see them and they, always kind of trying to turn towards them where they can see they, backside or any of that, like you will have females that try. It's like they purposely try to be seen by your man when you with them.
So would you just stop bringing that friend around? Like how would or would you be cautious?
And if it's something that we can't avoid, just say if it was a work thing or something, then I already let you know this is what I see, and I wish you would look. Like you better look at your shoes, look down, look at your phone, something, because your eyeballs is coming out if I catch you looking, because I already let you know. So it's one thing if you didn't know, but why are you staring or even giving that person the attention? Because if you're not, she wouldn't be trying so hard either. So I think you giving them something to look at.
But then again, some females just don't stop. So
it's true.
Well, I think everything we said are some good girl codes that I feel like most people probably go by or do or have their own set of girl codes. If you have some girl codes that we didn't mention, why don't you hit us up on Instagram, our Facebook page, Twitter, and let us know what you have, or even below in the comments. Let us know some of the girl codes you have. But next, we're going to go into minding other people's business. Okay? And Melissa?
Okay. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Danny Lee and the baby. I hope I'm saying her name right. I know y'all know who I'm talking about. So from what I got out of what happened, they were together earlier this year. We knew they was together. They knew they was together. And so, she just had her baby not so long ago. I'm not really sure of the time frame. But apparently she sent a plan B to his house. He got upset. Get out. He told her she got to go. And so now that she's like, upset, saying stuff back to him, he's recording her like she's the problem when it's really him. Like behind closed doors, he's saying all this stuff to get her riled up. But when she starts actually saying stuff back, crying, getting upset, he want to record her and act like he just innocent and call the police. She won't leave, y'all. Look, she took, he just basically egging it on. So have y'all ever been in a situation where they were telling other people something different, but in reality, they were the issue?
Definitely. For me, one of my exes, it's like he was in the church, I don't want to say what position, but he was well known in the church, and I wasn't doing as much. I might have just been ushering. I wasn't singing in the choir then, but I was just ushering. So he had more active roles in the church. So they looked at him as, he was just this angel, but at home he was somebody different. It got to the point where, like, if I get my nails done, I could only get like white tips. I couldn't get any color, anything. He was paying to get my hair done, but I couldn't cut my hair. It had to be like a certain length at all times. I couldn't wear certain clothes. Like, it got to the point where he even came to my job, because if he'll call, he wouldn't call my cell phone. He'll call the work phone, and he'll be like, why are you laughing? I hear it's like you smiling in your voice. And I was just like, I'm just answering the phone. So he was like, okay, I'm coming up there to play basketball. He would go in the gym for maybe 5 minutes, and then it was like a chair right in front of my desk, and he would sit there just to try to watch to see who's coming in my face, what they doing, or whatever. He was but when stuff happened and it kind of got escalated, nobody believed me, because they couldn't imagine this just perfect guy doing these type of things. But I was going through a lot at home, but I didn't have anybody to believe me.
Yep, I understand. I mean, I can see that people would not believe you, because sometimes it's kind of like the person will hide it so much, and it's like, I mean, this is not related, but it's related. But I feel like that's why a lot of women don't come forward when they have been sexually assaulted or something bad happens to them, because people don't question them. They will question them and be like, well, what did you have on? What did you do? And it's like, I was been alive. and just being myself. It's not my fault. Like, why am I the victim? I mean, the victim. Why is the victim being the person that's at fault? So yeah, I definitely get it. But I also feel like in that story, if I remember right, I feel like he was doing stuff with one of his baby mamas throughout their entire relationship, and they were going back and forth from what I remember. Do you remember that, Melissa? You don't know.
I don't really follow him. That was just something that was really big. And I also know she has done stuff to him. So I'm not saying that, she didn't do anything in this, because she definitely did. I was just using that as an example because I know I've been in a relationship where, someone tried to paint it as if I was the bad person and it was really them. So I just wanted to get y'all opinions on that and see if y'all ever experienced something like that.
So was he trying to have another baby? Because I still
To
don't get the
me,
plan B part.
Exactly. Why was he so? To me, it seemed like she finally came to the realization. Oh,
no more kids.
He's definitely, he's not the one I want to be with. Not the one I want to have more kids with. So whenever she started, making decisions on her own, he got upset, and he acted out.
It's a control thing.
Yes,
for sure. And I feel like that's manipulation. Like when you get somebody riled up to the point where, they're actually, like you said, finally responding. And that's the opportunity where you feel like you want to show the world, oh, look at her. She's so crazy. I did nothing. Why is she acting like this? I feel like everybody probably has had that experience where they've dealt with somebody in the background, and people really have no clue, what's really going on. And so what people see versus the reality of the situation are two completely different things.
So is that the same thing that K. Michelle kind of went through? I know it probably wasn't the plan B, but then they say that because I think she was dating LaToya husband or Toya husband. Well, no, they got divorced. But she was saying that, he was doing all this stuff to her, and he was saying that K. Michelle, was just making it up. Y'all don't remember?
Oh, you mean Toya Carter?
Yes.
Carter?
Well, it was Carter, right? Something like
the
that.
one who used to be married to Lil Wayne, right?
Yes.
Okay, I feel like I remember vaguely something about that, where, like you said, she did accuse him of all these things, and people were attacking her. Like, well, nobody else has had a problem with him. Why is it you? But it's been a while since that story has been out, so I don't remember the specific details of it.
The story is not even with him anymore. She's about to
get she's married. Not. No, she's not. Right? She had a baby with somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
The light-skinned guy, I forgot his name.
Well, I think that's interesting. Minding someone else's business is always interesting because it's not yours, right?
Right. Exactly.
So, but we do have another segment we're going to go into now, and it's going to be on giving advice. We had someone give us a question.
Yes, we had someone send us an email. I'm going to pull it up, and they had a question, and I think, we all could take something from this. So let me read it. It says, "Dear Melanated Opinion, hey guys, how do you all budget your finances? I have money coming in, but I struggle with managing my money. There are things I want to do, but I can't seem to save anything. How can I budget so I can set myself up for success?" Good question. I thought it was a good question.
It is a good question.
It is. And I think budgeting, it comes easier for some people, harder for some people. I think it just depends. And just for me personally, what I've learned is that whatever I want to do is going to start with a true why. Like, I have to find out, why do I really want it? If it's something surface level, I may not be able to stick with it. But if I understand the real reason why I want it, then I have a motivation, a different type of motivation when I'm doing something. So I feel like the first thing this person has to do is find a motivation for it so that they can stick with it. So in those hard times when they say, oh, I see this purse, I see the shoes, I see this restaurant, that motivation is going to be like, oh, but what do I really want though?
Right.
So I feel like that's going to be the foundation before you start doing anything.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like something that I do, for one, like I have like 3 bank accounts. So one is my savings, one is my spending money. Once I run out of that spending money, that's it. And then the other one is for my bills. So I feel like if you can't get it with doing something like that, or you feel like it's too tempting just because it's very accessible, I feel like I've seen a lot of TikToks or just things on social media where they have like these little piggy banks, but it's like more advanced now, where you can put it in the money, you have a code or something like that, and or either you may not, and you keep it in there. So it won't be as easy accessible as it is with the bank account.
So I'll say one thing that works for me now, because I was one of those people who I didn't really budget that much. I just kind of spent and bought, whatever, especially if I thought it was like a good deal. It didn't matter. I was going to buy it. But one thing I do now is I have like an actual Excel spreadsheet where I keep a list of all of my bills for the month and versus, whatever income I have coming in. And I always make sure to pay my bills first. And so I know, exactly what I have left over, and I have a clear plan of, whatever little thing extras we're going to do for the month. You know what I mean? So I and that's worked for me. And I think I've been doing that for like the last 2 years, because before that, if I had an extra, it was gone the minute I got it. Like, what did my mom used to say? Like, your money's burning a hole in your pocket. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And so, like Melissa said, not only do they have that challenge, they have like, I think I've seen the $5 challenge, or like it's 1 through 100 where you put in whatever number it is for that day. A couple of me and my coworkers have done that before. I'm kind of like Takara, but I don't have the spreadsheet. I just do my own white paper. I separate it and I put all of my bills. I put what my check is, because my check is pretty much going to be the same each pay period. So I put the total and then I subtract what, my bills are, and I incorporate how much I want to save. And then after I get the final total, I still save from that. So this is what I have. And then I plan out, okay, this has to last me until this amount, like whenever I get paid again. So it's like, it's not for me to spend the entire amount, within that week. I still want to save from that. So that's what helps me. Like if I don't write it down, like I have to see it. And if I go ahead and get that number in my head, I know not to go over. And also you have to know yourself. If I have cash in my purse, I'm going to spend it. Like it's easier for me to use a card, but some people feel like it's easier to see cash because they'll know, okay, how much I'm going. But for me, it's easier because I'm always checking my account and stuff like that, because, it's just, I don't know, that works for me, to write it down and then not to have cash, because cash go fast for me.
Yep, I agree. And I think one thing is that you can reward yourself. So what you do is tell yourself, I'm not going to spend any money until I save $50. Once I save $50, I'm going to spend $5, $10 on a reward. So while you're trying to get to that $50, there is no movies, there is no shopping, there is no nothing. You have to work on saving that $50, and that's it. And don't make large goals. Don't say, I want to save $500, because if you're going too slow, you may be like, oh, I'm never going to get there. It just may be hard to save. Make small goals first. And once you reach those small goals, reward yourself. But you can't reward yourself in the midst of it. That's the thing, is that it's not going to work if you are still like cheating, let's say, and you got to hold yourself accountable. Or
absolutely
get a friend, a cousin, like a sister, anybody to help hold you accountable. And that's going to go back to that why for me. So even if someone else holds you accountable, you can be like, oh, I don't care, but I want this right now. But when you have that why, then it's going to matter. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, they're right. Thank you for, reminding me or whatever. So that's something else.
Well, I think. What were you going to say, Melissa?
I was going to say one more thing. And if you're also always calling yourself broke or always saying you don't have any money, that's what you're going to continue to be. You have to literally change your mindset, change the way you think in order to keep the money. So that may be another reason why you're not keeping the money.
Yeah. And one more thing as well, stop eating out so much. Like people like, oh, I can't save. I don't have that much money. If you don't eat for 2 days and you take you a sandwich or something, that'll probably be the $50 right there, because so many people spend so much money eating out because now you have the DoorDash, the Uber Eats or something, and that stuff is expensive. Like it adds up quickly. So even if you just said 3 days out the week, I'm gonna take my food instead of eating out, that'll help you save too.
Yeah, I agree. That is one thing also that I have started doing now. I take my lunch to work every day, but then I kind of blow that because I come home and like today, me and Carrie went and got Mexican food. It was so good. But, I think everyone has given really great tips. We talked about a lot of stuff today. Yeah, I think it was good stuff. I learned a couple new girl codes, or was reminded of some things that I had kind of forgot about. And then we talked about minding other people's business, and our letter was pretty interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you come back. I hope you also email us and let us know if you have any questions or if you need any advice, or if you want to be a little messy and give us some things we should talk about in minding other people's business. Email us at themelanatedopinion@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys.